Hello everybody, welcome to Me&B Productions. I'm going to talk a little bit about preparing for a 200-mile bike ride. I'm getting ready to do the STP, Seattle to Portland, in one day. It's a organized ride. You can do it in one day or you can do it in 2 days. I've chosen to do it one day. One day is from Seattle to Portland. It's 206 miles. So what do I pack? So first thing I'm going to bring is a camelback. You may ask, well, wait a minute, this thing's supported. Why do you need that? Most people don't carry this, but I do, just so you know. In the camelback, I'm going to put water in it, and then I'm going to put hydration drink in my water bottles because I like water where I can get to it easy. One of the things I run into sometimes on long rides is getting dehydrated. So having this camelback and that water right next to me, I tend to drink a lot easier than having to reach down for my water bottles. So that's why I usually bring a hydration pack. Inside my hydration pack, I bring a pump. This little hand pump fits right here inside the hydration pack. And you know, a lot of people use CO2 or they carry a pump on the bike. I just carry it right inside my pack. And I only carry this pump for long rides. The rest of the time I usually use CO2. A flat kit. I always put a flat kit inside my camelback. That way I have a flat kit in case my spare tube goes flat. I'm good to go. I'm going to carry a banana for along the way, because one of the things you're going to do when you do 200 miles, you don't want to stop a lot. So I never stop at the first rest stop because that's always crowded. So bring a banana, bring a bar of some kind. And then what I usually do is bring like 3 types of these goos, or whatever you want to call them, cliff shots. And I bring these because sometimes my gut is tired of eating the food that they have on the ride. So I usually bring these things just as an alternative. The most important thing, 200 miles is a long ways. Chamois butter. You're going to go, whoa, that's a big tube of chamois butter. But the worst thing about the 200 miles, you're going to be uncomfortable. But chamois butter makes these little guys, little guys. You put these in here, you put 4 of them. 1 to start and then 3 along the way. So as you go, you're chamoising up. The last thing for nutrition is an Uncrustable. These come in the freezer aisle of your local supermarket, Uncrustables. And I swear by these things. They're peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, easy to open, 210 calories. They've got sugar, because it's got strawberry jam, peanut butter, protein, bread, carbohydrates. You're good to go. So that's what I bring. That's what I'm going to bring on the STP. So we'll see how it goes. I have never done 200 miles. I've always wanted to in one day. This is my chance. Hang loose. See you down the road. Here we are in Seattle, me and Randy. We're staying at the University Inn in Seattle. We're going to get up at 3 tomorrow morning and do what they call the Seattle to Portland bike run. It's 200 miles in one day. Most people do it in 2 days. We're going to do it in one day. We're going to do it in one day, 206.5 miles. So I'll be filming it for you guys, letting you know what it's like. I'm a little worried. I've done 2 100-mile rides week before last, or last week. So we'll see how this goes. Never done 200 miles before. The STP is an organized ride. It's put on by the Cascade Bicycle Club. This is the 40th time they've done this ride, so this is the 40th anniversary of the STP. And I have done it a few times before as a 2-day ride. This is the first time I've done it as a 1-day ride. So here's the map of the profile. It's basically from Seattle to Portland. You follow the Interstate 5 all the way down, 206 miles. And it's not very hilly for considering it's 200 miles. It shows 5285 feet. There's only a couple small bumps along the way. The rest of it is just kind of lumpy. So as far as climbing goes, it's really not that big of a challenge. So if you're worried about hills, I wouldn't consider this a tough ride. You do start at the University of Washington, and then you head south along Lake Washington. This is a very pretty part of the ride. And then you kind of head inland from Renton and go through Renton and through Kent. This is where the first rest stop is, in Kent, down through Auburn. And then once you get to Puyallup, you'll hit the first climb. It's a pretty steep climb right here, but I would suggest you take it easy, go slow, and pedal soft to get up that climb. You don't want to burn yourself up because you still have a long ways to go. Then you kind of head down through Blair Hill here, and it's just kind of up and down along a major road until you get down south of Tacoma, and then you kind of go on a bike trail along this lake. And it's pretty fun, and then you end up coming back out on the road, and you head south, and then you have one kind of a climb right here where you kind of go up. It's really not that bad. It's just kind of a slow grinder. It's not a problem. And then you go down, and the hill, I don't know why it showed me with 154 beats per minute, but it really wasn't that high. This is pretty along this river here. I really like this section. And then once you get further south, then you end up going through Longview and over this crazy bridge into Oregon. Then along the Oregon River, along the Oregon side of the Columbia River, and you just kind of keep going. It's very flat in this section, so as far as hills go, it's really not a challenge. And then usually the wind blows from west to east, so in this case, every time I've done this ride, we've always had a tailwind, which has been very helpful since, it's at the end of the day. You end up going right along the Columbia River, very flat, a few little lumps and that sort of thing. And then once you get to St. John's, you go over the St. John's Bridge, and then you kind of angle through Portland, and you end up coming out at the end of the ride inside Portland, 206 miles. Here we are at the start. We're at leaving the hotel. It's 4 in the morning. It's dark. There's not a light out. So bring your lights if you do this. You're going to need them. Everybody's loading their bags on the bag truck. We put ours on the Portland truck. There's a Castle Rock, Centralia, all kinds of different trucks. So it's pretty dark.
Light safe, don't too fast out of here.
All shoppers, it's cancellation day. Yes, the big idea.
Hey Randy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You?
Yeah, we're by mile 20. We're about 21 I got, and we did not stop at the first rest stop because all these bastards are going to Monday. Hey, introduce yourself. Where you from, man? Your first time doing the STP? Nice. First one-day ride?
First one-day ride.
Alright.
It's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be great.
through.
Where's our next stop?
Free cookies for all riders. Slam on the brakes.
Where's our next stop?
Chehalis.
That's the 100-mile mark?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like 9 miles.
But that, you've got the mileage from the,
Yeah, so it's, I mean, I got 90 miles right now, so
okay. Yeah.
it's 10 miles or so.
Beneath the blood orange sky. It's last call. No shopping at the last mall. It's last call to do your shopping at the last mall. It's last call to do your shopping.
Go slow, Drea. College stop. That's where the halfway point is if you want to camp. Pretty cool little place. Close the street down. I don't know, creamsicles. Mile 112. Come up here, John. Say a few words to the camera.
We're having some fun. No, it's been a terrific day.
You feeling good?
Feeling great.
Good. I wish I was feeling good, but I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
Mile 124. Just climbed a little hill and just kind of taking it easy and really started to enjoy it. Just being out here, talking to the people. Not pressing the pace, riding my own ride. It's actually been nice. Now it's pretty spread out, but it's still fun.
My name is Justine Roders.
Uh-huh.
This is my dad.
Okay. And
My
just
daughter.
yeah, all
She's
right.
been providing support for the STP,
All right.
and I'm so grateful for her.
Yeah, she's been wonderful.
Thanks, Dad.
And that's why enjoying sitting in the chair instead of somehow passed out in the grass somewhere.
He does all the hard work. He, rides the 200 miles. I just drive up and down.
That's cool.
Mine's easy.
Little father-daughter time.
Good for you guys.
Thank you.
This is. It's a movie. Walk towards me. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. All right, where are you from?
Tri-Cities,
How old are you?
or Quad Cities.
How old are you?
69,
How many times have you ridden 200 miles in one day?
twice.
That is amazing. You're doing it again. Didn't
Well,
you,
this is the second time.
don't you ever learn?
Nope, this is the last time.
Lift up the shades, let in the brilliant light of the morning, but steady me now, for I am weak and starving for mercy. Sleep has left me alone to carry the weight of unraveling where we went wrong. It's all I can do to hang on, to keep me from falling into old familiar shoes. How stupid could I be? Simpleton could see that you're no good for me, but you're the only one I see. Love has made me a fool, set me on fire and watched as I floundered, unable to speak except to cry out and wait for your answer. But you come around in your time, speaking of fabulous places, create an oasis, dries up as soon as you're gone. You leave me here burning in this desert without you.
We made it. Yes. One day rider.
Thank you for the bowl. You're welcome. Thank you very much for the bowl.
One day rider. We did it.
Good job.
You're the bomb, man.
All right, you guys rock. Hey, man. Thank you.
4 of us started the ride together and 3 of us finished. We had a great time. Very, very uncomfortable ride is the best way I describe it. It was just super uncomfortable being in the bike. We started at 4 a.m. and we completed the ride at 10 till 8 at night. Long day in the saddle, but we got it done. So happy we did it. Give it a whirl if you're up to it.